first is to elevate alternate if needed, and we do, so I make a motion, we elevate Noreen.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Approval of agenda, anything else? I did make a note that I'd missed the brochure, whether there's any update on that, but so I added that to our old business. Anything else? I would take a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Maureen, and I'll
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
And approval of minutes. Now, one of these goes back, Becky reminded me she had not gotten approved minutes from back in, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Um, So this is the, no, that's the
That
May.
was the
This is-
salaries, it was the salaries.
Yes, it was when we did the salaries and.
Almost a year ago?
yes.
Was I here?
It
No,
was in
you weren't
December.
here.
No. I'll
Okay,
make a
so-
motion to approve it,
So
Okay.
because I did
then
read it and I was
Okay.
fine with it.
All right.
Then I can't vote.
Yeah,
then.
Right.
but
Right.
I'll second the
Okay.
motion. So Maureen and Hope and all those in favor, aye. So 2 to 1 abstention. May 8th, so we were all here for that meeting.
Yeah, I only saw one word. Under document scanner, residents and presenters often handwrite information to members of the board, not handwritten.
So, oh, I was reading it, often handwritten information.
Often, they.
Should I say
Written.
often give written information?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it didn't smooth it.
It read funny.
Right,
Okay,
it just
all
didn't
right.
work for me.
Yeah, often give
Or
written.
offer handwritten information,
Oh.
if not often, you can do offer handwritten information. You have often,
Yes.
that's what got me tripped
Okay,
up.
yeah, I get you. I'll leave it this way, because just to kind of indicate that it happens often enough that it's of concern.
Often
Often give written information.
It just didn't work for me.
Yeah,
And then under other, on the next page, Hutchinson's, in the second paragraph, Hutchinson suggested that we should, to a performance review, just do.
oh, yes, thank you. Okay, I would make a motion that we approve those as amended.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Public comment? None. Old business. Lots of little things from these previous minutes.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
so, router speed, is that?
I tried
Improved?
Doug's suggestion of just kind of rebooting everything, and that didn't seem to do much. So I still need to follow up with Spectrum, but I have not done that yet.
Okay. Closed captioning.
Well, so for this, I don't know, I've just been kind of thinking, I know oftentimes our, one of the feedbacks we receive is that our audio is not good, or it's hard to hear people. Even with the new equipment, sometimes people have a hard time. And so I just didn't know if, we have this $5,000 equipment line that we haven't spent out of. So I didn't know how the board felt about closed captioning services. There's some, there's obviously a lot of it is AI now, but you can actually, subscribe to a software program that would, close caption everything. And YouTube does have it, and I was able to turn them on. They're not great. There's a lot of errors with
Mhm.
YouTube. I don't know if anyone has seen the meetings and has noticed that the closed captions are now on there. No. I've
I
watched
will
I've watched a couple
okay.
meetings just to check on how it was.
So you're providing that on the YouTube now?
Yeah, so it's on YouTube now.
Okay.
And viewers can, toggle it on and off
Okay.
on their end.
Seriously?
Um,
And we didn't have to pay anything extra? It's just,
no,
it's just a feature?
it's a feature. It does change, like, it just changes, like, the latency of it. Like, you can't.
Do you all like the lights on?
No,
No.
I have a headache.
Oh,
So,
okay.
thank you.
I was like, oh no, you're not there. Power bill.
We're not in that bad.
It's interesting, somebody not rang his bell recently and nobody came out, maybe the bell doesn't work.
Oh.
Oh.
She'd come back a second time, oh.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna quickly pull up YouTube and look at
Okay.
it, but,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So are you
I-
suggesting that we spend money getting it more accurate
More advanced?
So
captions?
So it would be sort of a two-part. It would be and there's different ways to do it. So it would be, on the meeting that you're watching itself.
Excuse me, does your bell work? Cause somebody's been here twice ringing it.
No, I
This
don't
one.
believe, must not.
Oh, okay, maybe a little sign that says,
Please
please
not.
not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she'd been here, she called the number on the out front, she came back and nobody,
I did have a call to speak with somebody. It might have been her.
okay, it was
Oh.
all right,
Thank you, though.
yep.
So yeah, it could be, that it plays on the video itself, but I was almost thinking, like, for viewers that are, or attendees rather, people that are here in the meeting, you can either have it sent to their own device and it would read, what's people are saying, or you could have it, like, projected on the wall.
Oh, I see. So those folks that are attending the meeting,
Yeah,
like I attended one in the gymnasium
yeah,
a while back. I forget what the reason was, but I could hardly hear anything
Yeah.
sitting way in the back.
But we didn't have mics on
Yeah, that
one,
was the
you know.
meeting,
Okay.
yeah.
And we
yeah.
did ask that we have time to set up mics.
right. We didn't.
there.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like
That
Oh,
was-
so that
Yeah,
was
what I do.
It
combination
was a
of
last minute
issues.
change of
Right.
Okay.
venue.
right.
So you're suggesting that people can attend the meeting, but if they have a hard time hearing for whatever reason, they could go to their
Yeah.
device and see. Would it be live? It would
Yeah,
be instantaneous.
there would be a delay, a slight delay,
Slight
but it
delay.
would still have the captioning on their device. So, which is another learning curve, I know, for people to, and you would have to make sure everyone can access Wi-Fi, I'm sure, with it. You'd have to have,
Which isn't good in the
which
gym.
isn't always great in
Uh-huh.
the
In the
gym.
gym
Yeah.
right now.
So-
So what else? Yeah,
Well,
I'm just gonna-
so another option would be, and I think Hope's mentioned, like, the church does this, like, it's projected on the screen. I mean, I haven't been there, so I don't know.
Right. The closed captioning, yes, that's certainly true at the UU church. And it just comes up, as people talk.
Hmm.
And it runs, across the bottom.
From anywhere in the sanctuary?
Well, on the screens, we have 3 screens that people can watch from where they're sitting in the sanctuary. And that's where the words to the hymns are and various things like that, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. So it comes up on the YouTube, but it's not coming up on the internet if you go to our site, correct?
Correct.
Our Teleview site
Right.
to look at things.
Right.
And
So Teleview obviously offers
that too.
that as well. And Noreen and I had looked into that.
Right.
And
I guess it's kind of hard for us to determine where the most viewership is happening, whether it's happening on YouTube or whether it's happening on the Teleview site.
Have you received a lot of feedback in that regard, or is it somewhat limited?
I mean, we don't receive a lot of feedback in general, but I would say of the feedback we receive, it's usually about the audio. So,
I've got Mike speaking here, and it's showing the words, and it's,
So he was aware of that, but he was also aware that they
So-
landed up there, and I said that
It's-
upper field may not
you
be
know,
possible.
he speaks
depending on
clearly,
when we
he's
get
not
this
saying
done.
Shikorowa or,
Speaking
you know.
fast,
Either way.
too.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
plenty
but
of
it's,
space.
And that's on YouTube.
They can land on a much
Yeah.
smaller surface.
Hope if
And
you
that's
pull up
providing,
our
so
meeting, so
one or the
live
other battlefield is
captioning
where
is
he's
gonna
gonna
be
land
slightly
Okay.
different
Alright, let me turn
than a recorded, cause
Okay.
YouTube will take, you know, they'll take all the audio
Okay.
and they'll work on
oh,
that.
all
but-
right, so.
But doing it
it's-
real time, doing it live
that's
is a
not it.
little bit different,
Yeah.
and it should be on there,
It is, yep.
yeah.
Now,
So-
this will be weird to,
It's gonna be weird, you could turn the sound off though.
okay, yeah, I've got it off
yeah.
right now.
So-
So, yeah, it's enough delayed, my current words will come up. Still not.
So you're my
It-
current words.
Well, it's just,
Oh.
it was that much delayed. You know, I was waiting until I saw what I had just finished saying, and it still hadn't come up then, so.
All right.
You know, it is quite a delay. But, you know, if they want the caption, they can turn the volume off and read it.
True.
You know, to have both at the same time. Well, it's just, it will be confusing. Oh, maybe not, maybe the whole thing is delayed.
Yeah, there would be a little bit of a,
It's delayed audio and
Yeah. I mean,
visual.
it's,
Yeah.
it's gotta get processed, it's gotta
Yeah.
go up, it's
Right.
gotta
Yeah.
come down, it's
Yeah.
gotta,
Yeah.
whatever.
So it's not like the words are out of sync with the video.
Well,
That
there,
would
No,
be
there,
they
was, there were
shouldn't
still,
be.
well, I
Yeah.
thought there were still a
Were
little out
they?
of sync, but
Yeah.
not a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe-
I mean, I think
I don't
that's
wanna
the
play
thing,
with
like,
this more
you know,
now,
it's a
but-
free service through YouTube, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna be perfect.
That's
Yeah,
great.
right.
It may be
though.
off
That's
sync.
great.
But
a
but
bit,
it's
but-
sure a step in the right direction.
Right.
It gives.
It's
another
better than
option.
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you think,
Yeah.
would you say it's 95%? I mean.
Correct.
That looked
Yeah.
very good. I think it's when you get unusual words. Somebody
Yeah.
put Shikorowa in
Which
something they
occurs
were,
on TV too.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
when
and
we're
it came out of
watching programs.
Chicago, and you know,
Right.
but
Right.
But people will skim by that.
right.
Uh,
You know, if someone's farther away from a mic, or you know, it may not be
Right.
quite as good. But that
You're
was
far away
great.
from that
Yeah.
mic, and you've had your hand up like
Yeah.
this, and so she's probably,
Yeah,
you're probably not
yeah,
coming across
yeah.
yourself. I mean, the selectmen that sit up here that, you know, kind of look at their paper, and they really, I think they don't want to be heard. I think that's part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then another thing, I mean, and I think this would happen no matter what sort of closed captioning service you use, is if multiple people start talking at
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
know
You
where
can't do
to,
that.
you know?
Right, so, but I don't know if anything could.
Yeah, right, exactly,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I vote to keep it as is for
Okay.
now.
I got to concur with Noreen. I think right now it's a benefit. It's not perfect, but it's certainly an improvement from where we were a year ago or 2
Yeah.
years
Sure.
ago.
Yeah, oh
Sure.
yeah.
So I think we'll just keep your ear to the ground, get more
Right.
feedback, and if there's still complaints,
Okay,
a number of complaints, then I think we need to take further action.
okay.
Right now, I think status quo is.
I think we
It's-
have.
And we
okay.
did add 2 microphones in here, so there's
Oh.
actually one on the ceiling
Oh, nice.
and there's one on the desk.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
now 5, right? No, is there one over there? I thought there was one over there, but I don't think so. So there's 5 microphones in here, so
That's great,
it should
Yeah,
help
yeah.
with,
Yeah.
especially from the audience too.
right,
You're
Because
right.
they don't like coming up to the
Right.
front.
yeah.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to come up if it's packed.
It is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Well, good
Right.
job on that, Asia.
Yeah. That's very nice. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And yeah, that's great,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
something we can, you know, make sure the Board of Selectmen know, and,
Yeah.
you know, go report to them, which is something I, you know, figure we'll talk
Mhm.
about before we're done. Also, to get it to the woman who does the newspaper, the Madison column in the
Mhm.
Daily Sun, because I saw one shortly after we last met, that, you know, the headline was Madison TV looking for submissions of local
Yeah.
videography and photography,
Mhm.
which, you know, so.
We didn't get any, but
Okay, okay.
hey, at least you know
Yeah,
people say
yeah.
Madison TV.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah, that was a question I had. Was anything coming in?
So,
Yeah, that was,
not from that. But.
you know, that was back in May, shortly after
Yeah.
we'd met then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we will leave that where we are for now. Document scanner.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sort of waiting on this because Lucia had mentioned to me that this could complicate 91A requests. So
Right.
anything that is submitted in a meeting becomes public information, and so when a 91A request comes in, everything has to be presented. So she was under the impression that if we started scanning documents, then they would have to file those documents upstairs and hang on to them. And I think there was just a lack of there's a lack of storage.
Right.
It would need a different filing system
Plus
because this is kind of weird. If someone brings in a document and say they just hand it around, but then they collect it and they leave, that's not part of the 91A request. No one has to keep record of that because they came in with it but they left with it. But if we are scanning it, then we actually do have a physical copy of what they brought in.
Yeah.
And what if
So-
they bring something and give it to the board and leave it?
Oh,
I wonder how that's different than.
don't know
us.
if they keep all those or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they would have them if someone asked
Yeah.
for them.
So she was gonna get back to me about it. So I need to have that discussion with her again to see if she's found anything out. But that was just sort of her initial reluctancy to us starting to scan documents.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
The 91A aspect of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All the ins and outs of it.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so on hold, and if you learn anything more from her, we'll bring it back to
Okay.
discussion. The air conditioning.
Yeah, obviously we've been talking about this for quite a while, and I'm hoping with this hot weather
Yeah.
that you have adequate air conditioning.
So we have been keeping, and the videographers have been helping me keep this log. So we have record of what the outside temp was and what the office temperature was.
Oh, good.
So the first date was June 18th, and then we have one this morning. So the highest on here is 80 inside the office,
Mhm.
which is a little bit too warm
Yeah.
for our equipment. But that was a day that was 86 outside. It was probably humid. I didn't track humidity on here, but I do think that makes a difference,
July 4th weekend was a real hot
Was it?
one.
Yeah.
Air.
Now, what
Yeah.
are you using for AC right now? I know we talked
That
about
is the
Joe
one-
Dame's portable.
That's the one.
That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, those machines are okay, but
Yeah.
they're not very
They don't-
efficient,
they don't
not
help.
very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah, we are running a bit warm in there on average. Some days it's okay, but it's 80, 76, some 75s. July 2nd was 90 degrees outside and it was 82 in the
Yeah,
office.
that's,
82.
yeah.
Yeah.
see,
So
that's-
really,
Yeah.
we need to take the next step.
Yeah.
And where are we in that regard?
Well,
What's the
never.
latest you've heard?
I've never received another quote from the other HVAC about a mini
mini
split.
split.
Yeah. So we still have that one quote
Mhm.
that I believe is still good.
And that's from who?
That was from I don't remember. It
Was
wasn't
it a Dacia or
wasn't
Mini? Oh, Mitsubishi?
No, it was one that Doug had suggested. They're in Conway. I'm sorry,
I
it's
will
totally
add
escaping
that
me.
I had a quote for 2 mini splits for our home,
Yeah.
$12,000.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you had, yours was 6, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's,
Yeah, because
So
it's a small
I
think- It's in the
office,
ballpark.
you know.
That's the quote.
yeah.
Yeah.
And mine was for a bedroom, one in each end of the house with a bedroom, that was the bedrooms. You know, they weren't huge rooms, but, I mean, they weren't small, but.
Yeah. Our
But
office
still.
is about like 20 by 16 or something, or maybe even smaller. Maybe it's only 10 by 16.
Yeah, it's smaller than my bedroom, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know if they'll get any different, so
Have
I was
you-
gonna
have you
dig
come
up
to-
the name of the person that gave me the quote, but,
Have you called Alltemp yet? We used Alltemp a while ago, and
Let me see
they
who
sell
I did.
Dakins, and we've had great
yeah,
success with the
Mitsubishi
Dakin.
are the most expensive. They are.
And the Alltemp folks are, it's a family business,
Hmm.
and they do quality work.
Can you give her the number? Would you have the number?
I have, not with me, but I have it at home.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay,
But it's Alltemp, they're local,
all 10.
and it's a family.
American Air System was the one quote that we received
Okay.
from, and I think they're right out of Conway. But yeah,
And that
Conway.
was 6,000.
If you like, I can call them and have them get in touch with you, or just give you the number. When I get home, I don't have it with me.
Yeah. So
Or you can-
American Air had a few different options depending on if we wanted heat with,
Yeah, it's
the
a heat
split.
pump. You can get a heat pump built into
Yeah.
the AC.
and their quote ranged from 5,200 up to 7,900.
For one
so,
unit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and then it just is complicated because it's not our building, and
Yeah.
I have had, some people in that building tell me, well, if whatever we put in here should come out of the building
Building
and
capital.
buildings and something capital reserve from the town. It should not come out of our budget
Who was
because
saying that?
that was what Dave Swift said, and he's the I don't know if I'll get his title right, but he's like the buildings and maintenance manager right now. So
Why couldn't we ask the selectmen? I mean, I'm sure they would prefer not to have to take it out of their money if we have funds.
I mean,
Yeah.
if this board has no problem for us just paying for it, then that's different.
I guess a question would be, if for some reason our office situation changed, could we take it out and take it with us? It would belong to Madison TV. So-
Yeah,
Right, and that gets tricky because it has an outside unit.
outside unit and an in-the-wall
Sure,
unit.
I understand,
Yeah.
I understand.
So
but
And a
it's-
lot of wiring.
I don't know what would
Yeah.
go into moving something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
It's not a lot of wiring. I mean, you gotta run a conduit.
Yeah,
But-
yeah,
And a pipe, a conduit and a pipe.
yeah.
But a wall hole is easy to fix.
Mhm.
Easy
Yeah.
to
But there's no plans on moving anytime
we don't
in
have
the near
anywhere to go.
future that we know about.
Well,
No?
I mean, further down in our discussion, we're gonna discuss
Mhm.
Channel 3, so
Oh,
it's a little
mhm.
bit dependent on
Mhm.
what we do.
Mhm. And how
And-
much space we need.
Yeah.
In terms of who pays it, I think the select board can see that if we pay it, then we're gonna run out of money sooner. Whether it's our equipment fund or whatever, versus if it can come out of a townwide reserve system.
I'm thinking out loud, but
Okay.
working with the selectmen for many years, I think we would ask them as to what their preference is relative to installing a mini split in their building.
Yeah.
Because we're tenants,
Right.
we're not owners.
Right.
So I think if we ask them, would you prefer the funds come out of the building, the town building funds, or would you prefer that the PEG TV pays for it? And give them the option and let them decide,
All right.
because it's their building.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
All right, well, let's come back to this. I'm starting a list of things to talk to the select board about. and that certainly is one of them.
But I think the most important thing right now is what you have is not sufficient and potentially damaging to our equipment. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends
If it's
on-
82 in that room and you're using your equipment,
Well,
that seems,
I mean, this morning it was 73,
yeah.
so it real. I mean,
It's-
I
yeah,
think
it's
we're
not
out of some
staying
of
at
the.
80, but,
Yeah, I mean, we get about 10 really bad, 10 to 15 really bad days
Yeah.
in our summer.
Yeah,
So, hopefully you wouldn't have to be standing there and working in the 82 degree.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of the year should be.
But the rest of the year is fine. I'm just worried about
Yeah.
if she has to use
Has
that
to-
room
right.
during that heat
Period,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there potential for damage to the equipment?
I mean, I don't really know. I think that equipment is not supposed to be exposed to those temperatures long term
Right,
or
not long term.
too often, but
See that list?
yeah,
Um,
but I think if it's once in a while,
Yeah.
Should
It's
be
probably-
okay.
It's
Yeah.
probably.
But it's also not
They're
comfortable
creating
for
heat.
you folks either.
They're creating the heat, the machine, the
Right.
equipment's
Right,
creating the
right,
heat.
they're
But
also-
working 82 degree,
The
Yeah,
servers.
I mean,
the
they
two
don't work,
servers.
the
Right,
people don't
yes.
work there a lot, but it's
Right.
the
Yeah.
machines that are working,
Right.
the
Yeah.
equipment.
And it's the two servers that create the heat.
I mean, I haven't really been in there a lot. I was more in there over the winter, and obviously it's summertime, so the bay windows open more. But it's better in there. It doesn't smell as bad.
Oh, that's good.
Like fumes and
Right.
things that
Yeah.
are coming from the
Oh,
garage.
that's
So that seems like an improvement.
okay.
Good.
Yeah, from the 11th of July through the 4th of August, there were one 76-degree day, some 75s and lower
So
70s.
it's not awful.
Yeah, so it's definitely, some other time,
Yeah.
although there was no reading between the 5th, and then one on the 8th and one on the 13th. And we had some quite warm days between the 8th and the 13th.
Yeah, we're just not in
So
there
it's,
every
yeah,
day.
so it's not every day
Yeah.
being recorded, but, all right, so it's something we still wanna work
Yeah.
on,
I think
Thank you
I
for
think
doing
until
that.
we meet, I think we could make this work until we meet with the selectmen and
Yeah.
find
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
No, it's workable. It just,
Yeah.
it's far from ideal.
It's troubling.
Yeah.
now that
Yeah.
we're going into colder weather, it feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not as urgent
Right.
again, but,
Right.
I also don't wanna put it off till next May and then
Right.
go, oh, why are we?
Cold in August?
Hold on. Well, I don't know. This morning was chilly.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love the
yeah.
cool.
Ron, what was the
All
All
temp.
temp.
all temp? Thank you.
All temp services.
Okay.
And,
Thank you.
yeah, they've installed a number of units for us over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And they've done very good work.
Selectmen meeting follow-up, some of these things were things we've just talked about, but other things, Asia, that we could look back at that list we'd sent to them, our requests for,
Yeah, the only issue with that meeting is that no motions were actually made by the select board. So some of these, ideas and proposals and questions we had, we can't actually take any further action on because they did not make a motion to take an action on it.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
wrote down. What's the outcome?
Yeah.
And, did they
Yeah.
ever talk about it later and say,
I don't think so. So
Okay.
I think our next step would be to request a joint meeting with them again.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, we're about due.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
August, yeah, we're due.
and discuss the items. We can rediscuss some of the items we did last time. And then, we'll probably have some new discussions, but then request that they make a motion so that we know how to
Right.
proceed.
Do you need that document? I have it.
Yes, I'm not finding it real quickly, so, thank you.
Yeah.
So, one was about meetings held at the elementary school having more time, and that was kind of left that you would get word out to other groups that meet there.
Yeah, I still need to write a memo to the boards. And I was thinking of having just a memo also coming out about maybe using this calendar as a way to kind of communicate with us, you know, because we're in here often
Yeah.
for meetings, so we can come and check this calendar, and so we'll know.
Are they not using
What's
it? I
coming
mean,
up.
it seems to me they
Well,
look
it's
at
just-
it a lot.
Yeah, I've started using it, but then
Uh-huh.
like for example, Old Home Week, Conservation Commission was on this calendar. It was on the online calendar, and so we showed up and no one was there. And they said, "Well, we never have conservation during Old
that
Home
helps.
Week." And it's like, well, we shouldn't just be,
yeah,
you know,
working
To
off some
assume
old.
to-
assume to
Yeah.
like to
Right.
know that. So that was
Yeah.
so there's still been a little lack of communication from boards that their meetings are changing
Mm.
or
Mhm.
so a memo to include, you know, that in there as well, to say that this is the best way to contact us, and
Yeah.
please do so if you.
So a memo that comes from us to all the committees or goes through the select board?
I think it could come directly from us. I
Okay.
don't see why not. I think, you know, there are like mailboxes for each board
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
upstairs,
Yeah,
so
just
I
put
think
it
if
in
we
an
just
envelope and put 'em
put a memo
Yeah.
in each one, and they should get it.
And then advise them about if they're gonna be meeting at the school and
Yeah.
need microphones, that
Yeah,
requires an advance time period.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so will you do that?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, good. The next paragraph is research that we gave them on the history of Mad TV. Request our department head meet with budget committee and capital improvement, same as other town departments.
Mhm. Could you not just come as, well, you wouldn't know when they were gonna talk about Mad TV, so you would need to know
Right.
if that's gonna be on the agenda.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if I was either here or I watched it, but you know, I watched one of the meetings and they talked about all the departments and they didn't mention us again. I think it was capital improvement about meeting with each department to find out
Mhm.
what their
Did you get a communication from them?
no.
No.
That's what
Okay.
I mean, like we're still
Okay.
kind of off the
All right.
radar.
Well, I'm an
of-
alternate, or no, I'm on that, so I will bring it up.
Okay.
So I think maybe it just needs to come directly from us
I would think so,
instead of
Yeah.
trying to ask the select board if.
to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, it could
I
be
can-
part of that memo to,
I can check with Tia,
Okay.
because we have a meeting on the 21st, which you would know because it's on the,
Yeah.
it's on the video schedule. And I don't know I can't remember if that was a time when they were inviting department heads to come in, but it was to invite the department heads to come in and discuss any future projects, but it's projects over $10,000.
Yeah.
No, that's the hurdle. So, and it was if a department head had a new idea that they wanted to kind of bounce around and see, you know, where that
Okay.
might go or what they might need. Like,
Yeah.
do they need a professional quote? Do they need someone to come in and prepare a quote with a professional
I see. Okay.
knowledge about
Yeah.
the topic? If it was a building renovation or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the only two items I could think of that could be $10,000 is a new office space,
Right.
or if we do get a new hypercaster.
The other thing would be if we did get new office space, or would be the knowledge that if they were going to do some renovation to this building, would it include office space for
Right.
Madison TV? So
Right.
that would be important to be
Right.
roped into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what committee is that, Noreen? that
It's
meets
the
toward this?
Capital Improvement Committee,
Okay,
and it meets the 21st at
and the
4.
other is the budget that,
And that meets on the 22nd at 6. I'm on
Okay.
both of those.
okay, so we've got here on those two.
I was no.
Well, then that goes back to the question of you being on this committee while you're on other ones, but
Right.
we won't raise that.
Well, nobody raised it.
No, no.
I'm just gonna
Um,
go ahead. I was asked to be on the Capital Improvement Committee because I was in on the ground floor of that in 2005. And then the Budget Committee said, well, we'd like you to be in there too, so.
I'm not surprised, people want you. You're good.
Okay, good.
To be included in new residents' welcome packet. Do you know if that's been updated yet?
I haven't
I
heard
haven't looked
anything,
online
so
for
I
that.
need to follow up with Lucia about
Okay,
that as well,
okay.
because, I know that she was trying to like update the website and everything to a .gov, and so I think the focus has been on that. But I don't think that they're doing a lot of updates to the website until they turn everything over to a new, new browser. So,
Okay.
You mean a new web, a new,
yeah,
a
It-
whole new website?
yeah, a whole new website
Oh.
that would be a .gov,
Oh, okay.
better
Mhm.
security and things.
Oh, okay.
So meanwhile, they haven't updated the paper one or?
I don't know about the paper one, but
Okay.
from what I can tell, what is online is still all the same.
Old,
Still all kind of outdated.
outdated information.
Mhm.
But we could ask
But I
them-
know they were, they're trugging along trying to update some things. I know they were getting minutes and things on.
Yeah, I started to see
So,
something start to happen in that way.
So I can check in about the welcome
Okay.
packet.
Okay. But again, we could ask the select board to make a motion that we be included
Mhm.
on information on the website and any,
Yeah, to me, it's just a little unclear, like, do we need a motion from them for something like that? I don't know.
I guess we
I don't
ask
know
them.
who has purview over the website. Is it
Mm.
just the town administrator? Can I just go ask her to put us on?
but it sounds like when you asked, Lucia said, well, it wasn't a motion, so she couldn't, was that to that point also?
I don't know if it was to that point. I think
Okay.
it was,
It was the email
The
address
email,
was
yeah.
specific.
Mm.
yeah,
Mhm.
Well, I think we asked,
okay.
and maybe ask Lucia too,
Yeah.
does she
Yeah.
feel she needs that? Now that she's been here longer, does she feel more
Right,
comfortable making
right.
decisions? So, asking to be included in negotiations between town and Spectrum. I guess really that's the status on that has anything more happened?
Yep.
No, all I've heard is that they're probably meeting again with the attorney pretty soon. So,
Okay.
and they did want to know from us, what sort of like a list of our needs, because that may impact the outcome of what they do with franchise fees.
Mm.
So,
I mean, we gave input when they had an attorney, and
mhm.
Doug was in on that meeting, and then several of us were here at an open meeting.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's more than that, but it's something to ask about.
Yeah.
We talked about the Conway Branch Recreation Trail meetings, and, basically, the outcome was still not to go record elsewhere, and that,
Right. And I have not heard anything about, their meeting.
Trails.
There has not been another request for
okay.
us to film again.
And requesting the email address, so.
Yeah, and I think that's just waiting
On
on,
hold.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we can bring those things up again. And,
Sure.
all right, and statistics reporting, you'd asked we talk about that.
So we had a survey that Noreen drafted up, and I did go through and just, you know, quantify everything. So we had 51 surveys that were filled out, and some of the questions, the first question was, is it important for town meetings to be recorded? 50 surveyors said yes. 1, there was no answer.
Okay.
Do you subscribe to Spectrum Cable TV? 19 wrote yes. And then under do you watch town recorded meetings, it had the table below it was where you're watching it and which meeting it is. So you can kind of see, you know, obviously the most watched meeting is the select board, and
YouTube.
that is being watched on YouTube after the meeting. But planning board, budget committee, ABC, you know, those also had, and school board also had like higher viewership. So
And more watching recorded than live of the people that
Yeah.
responded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was one answer that said, you know, I don't watch. So there was an option to check no that you don't watch any
Oh,
meetings,
mhm.
and 15. There were
Check
15
no.
responses that said no, they don't watch meetings at all.
So they feel
But-
it's important they be recorded, but they're not watching. But,
right.
yeah.
One out of those 15, one wrote that they don't watch because they attend all the meetings.
Yeah.
2 put that they watch it recorded YouTube, but they also check that they don't watch meetings, so I'm not really sure.
Okay.
And then 1 wrote that it was not available at my address.
Really?
So
That's strange.
I think some of it, I don't know if they were confused by the question. But below I put the comments down because people could write comments on the back of
Yeah.
the survey. So I just, you know, there are only so many comments, so I just listed all of them. But there was one that said, I did not know meetings were shown elsewhere
Did
than
not know
Channel
the last
3.
one
So
down there.
yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a couple on the back. So
So
It's-
one person who doesn't like, or whose wife doesn't like the new camera format.
Here's
yeah,
adversarial.
there's the ellipsis, the ... because I couldn't figure out what that second word was,
Oh.
but
Uh-huh.
I think I still captured what they
Yeah,
were saying.
yeah.
Yeah. So as far as, you know, statistics of who's watching and where they're watching, this is a very small snapshot,
Yes, yeah.
but it's the people that attend
Yeah.
the meetings, you
yeah.
know.
And this was
So,
from,
I-
is this from
I
a town
believe-
meeting this March?
You
when?
didn't have,
I didn't hand it out at town meeting. I want to say this was the budget hearing.
Okay.
I
Like
think that's what it
yeah.
was, yeah.
And, you know, so VDOE is low viewership, but that's because it wasn't the VDOE
Yeah.
crowd, you know. If I
Yeah.
handed it out at their town meeting,
Meeting.
you'd have
A
probably
lot
different
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
results there.
Well, we could ask the commissioners to hand one out
Yeah,
to their
yeah.
residents.
I also had this online, but there were only 3 responses online, so the
Mhm.
bulk of them came from that survey. And I had to stand at the door and just ask people, can you please hand this, can you please fill this out? Can you please?
I thought we had
He didn't want to.
Oh,
somebody handing them out though at the
Theo?
town meeting. Theo.
No, he didn't.
No.
Okay, it didn't
Yeah,
happen. Okay.
He didn't feel comfortable asking people.
Okay.
And
know why.
that got a little tricky for me because at town meeting I was
You're so busy.
trying to-
Yeah, you
Right.
can't,
So,
okay.
You should have asked one of us.
Yeah,
Should've,
well, you
yeah.
know what, we
Well,
could,
Ron and I weren't there.
I was
Yeah.
out, I was
there.
out
could've
of state.
done it.
Yeah.
I could have done it.
I thought you were in an MRI.
That's
too.
right, I was in
I
MRI
was
too.
You were
in the
yeah,
air.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was, I was still out of town though.
Yeah, okay.
Down in
Yeah,
Seacoast.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just noting this year to keep, so it was a budget hearing meeting in,
The
that would have
gym.
been
It was in the gym.
February.
Yeah, it was,
February in the
Oh, so
gymnasium.
this was-
In the gymnasium.
Okay.
So this was
Okay.
actually handed out at the end of last,
okay,
no,
in 2026,
yeah,
February 2026, okay.
February 2026 we handed out.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. And it was also online.
And I was online and I did, at one point, I think I put it in the town column that we had a survey online. So I don't know if that's where we got our 3 responses from or
Mhm.
not, but.
maybe.
But it's on like our website too, so it's
Okay.
like watch live, take our survey.
Okay, so it's still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is still up.
Now, you don't have PEG TV on the list. Do we have anybody that
Other.
watches our meetings?
Oh.
I'm
She
just
only got
curious.
an other.
I don't know.
What's that?
We're the other.
We're the
Yeah,
other.
we're the other, yeah.
I mean, the stream so far today has 6 views,
That's it?
Yeah,
but nobody's watching right now.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, and YouTube, it's hard to pull statistics right from YouTube and trust them because sometimes you'll have views, you know, lots of views. Say there'll be like 90 views on a selectman meeting.
Wow.
But then when you look at the average view time, it's like 30 seconds or
Oh,
a
so they went
minute.
into it. And
So
then-
it's like someone's just opening up the video and closing it.
Well, Hope opened it up, so she's one of those.
Yeah,
that's
saints.
right.
so she'll be
That's right.
another
Yeah.
viewer.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's,
Alright.
I think, I personally, from what I've seen, I think it's a little skewed, you know,
Yeah,
we can't
yeah.
necessarily trust that
No.
110 people were watching this.
Well, it gives you an idea.
But
It's an indication.
it's an indication that it is watched more than maybe our meeting, you know.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, so we can look back at that when we talk about some things down below.
Mhm.
Budget, I wonder if we should do that next, that's, I mean, I
Yeah,
put
I
it
think
next.
we
'cause
should.
I
think that's-
did not submit a budget to the select board because at our last department head
That's one.
meeting,
We can share that.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
need one?
I only printed 3 because it was
Okay, we can
taking
share.
so long to print.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so we
all right.
can share.
And you
Okay.
need a magnifying glass, I think. It's not as bad, but,
Mhm.
so I didn't submit one because I had new information that the budget should be submitted by the 15th.
Okay,
And I said, I thought it was the 12th, and she said, no, the 15th would be fine. So I said,
Okay.
well, I might as well just wait then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
Um,
15th is Saturday.
yeah, I don't know why.
Nobody's here.
I know, I
So
don't know why the.
The
fif-
17th will probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
suffice.
I mean, that's. you
And
know.
nobody's here tomorrow,
nobody's-
so.
yeah,
I mean, that's, Michael Brooks said, I'm gonna submit mine at 5 PM on Tuesday, so.
all right,
This
this,
is also very early for them to ask for a budget
Yes.
in
Yeah,
it is
August,
very
but,
Right, right.
I
The
think
summer
they're just
before.
trying to get a handle on an idea because of the big hits that are gonna be to the taxpayers because of all the road damage.
Yeah.
Is it true that FEMA is not gonna come through? I saw something
Yeah,
on
I-
Oh,
Facebook.
no, really?
Yeah,
I hadn't
FEMA
heard that.
denied
Denied
the, application.
for the emergency.
But I believe Governor Ayotte was going to appeal it, so
Oh, okay.
I don't
We're
know if
talking
anything
over a
will,
million.
3 million.
yeah,
3.
I don't know if anything will come of that or not.
That's gonna be a big hit. for the
Ouch,
town.
that would be painful.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They'd have
You
to
know,
take out a
but,
loan.
but Michael Brooks made a point that whether FEMA pays for it or not, it still has to come out of taxpayers initially because
And then get
FEMA would,
reimbursed.
Yeah,
FEMA would be
understood,
reimbursement.
Understood, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a summary? I just want-
Yeah, is there a
summary.
proposed budget in this?
No,
version?
so this is our drawdown, and this is, because it's so early, I have not sat down with it
Okay.
and had a draft. I mean, we spoke about just raising every line and then kind of whittling away at it.
So if I go to
Also
this,
really hard to
if I go to
read.
this second page right
Yeah, I'm
here,
looking
is
at
that
that
the
too.
summary?
So
Is that the
it's
summary?
not really, it's the summary, but it's per month. So if you look above,
Yep.
see how it shows you January, and then you jump one column over and it's
Oh.
February,
Oh,
Okay.
and then it's March.
oh, I see. So is there a total? Is there a total?
So where are
Well,
we relative?
the last printed
The
page
last print
here
page.
goes through January 1 to August 13.
So we're roughly
Yeah.
2/3 through the year.
Yes.
Where are we in actual expenditures
We're at
relative to
We've spent
2/3?
28,821, that's on this
Right,
page.
and how's that compared to our budget?
And our,
What's our budget
Okay, if
line?
you take off the very back page,
yep,
it looks blank, but on the back side, there is like an
Oh, there it is.
extension
okay,
Okay.
of
okay.
that last column.
Okay, there it is.
So there's
Yeah.
our budget,
There you
So there we
go.
go.
there you go, okay.
And we're,
We're 24
So if we put
under
those
so
two
far.
percent of budget is 53.
53.
54%.
Through August 13th, which isn't bad at all.
No, it's actually
No.
very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
But we
Yeah.
haven't, I
Yeah.
mean, we haven't spent any of that equipment line.
right,
Right. I really have been trying to keep wages low.
Yeah,
So
wages.
to be honest, I haven't been working much.
Oh.
You know,
Yes,
everything's
I mean-
been getting done, but I really haven't been going in and doing
Mhm.
a lot extra
Things.
because
Yeah.
I was concerned about, we were over on our wages last time, so.
This is 1, 2, 3 from the bottom, okay, so here's wages. That's
But
actual.
we've also had increase in activity,
Oh my
increase in
gosh.
meetings.
Yeah, so I
So
have that too.
It's
I have-
justifiable that our budget is going to increase
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So Ron, we're at 60. We're at 60 for wages, 60% of budget.
60%.
13th
But
August.
still,
It's not
we're
awful.
2/3 of the way through
But
the
she
year.
said, yes, but she says she's been,
Right, she's not been working as
postponing
much.
somewhat.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
and
that-
we've just talked about several things. Yeah, this is crazy. If I go, I need to go back to this to
I know,
get
to
to
see that, I know,
see
me
the
too.
columns. I wish I had.
It's, the wages are
Attached
third,
tape.
or the third one from the bottom.
So we've been having department head meetings every month.
Mhm.
So the next meeting, I'll request if there's a different way that they can format this, that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easier.
Well,
for
they,
everyone.
even the budget committee hasn't received a drawdown.
No,
No,
I know they
I
were
mean,
working on them.
They
Yeah.
are, so you're lucky that you got this.
Yeah.
You know, because this
Yeah.
is the first drawdown possibly that's.
And this came from the administrator?
Yes.
Okay.
They
And maybe you can show them this, that Linda
Right.
used to give it to us in this format.
Right.
We have two.
They do have full staff now.
Yeah.
And so I have
So
more,
here we
I have
go.
more stats that I went through month by month. In January, there was an increase of almost 8 hours of meeting time.
Oh,
February, there was an increase of like 3.5 hours. March, there was an increase.
Over the prior year.
Yes.
Okay.
Hours.
Yeah, that just,
March, there was an increase of 5 hours. April and May and June were all like a 2-hour increase. But then each month was like 5 extra meetings, 4 extra meetings,
Oh.
3 extra meetings. Only 1 extra meeting in April, but 3 more meetings in May. So there is an increase.
because of the roads. and
Absolutely.
everything, yeah. Okay.
There's another new committee, the Silver Lake Dam Committee.
Oh, yeah.
So that's gonna be
The
another
SLAM.
increase. And then there is, the Veterans Service Committee disbanded.
right, I heard that, yeah.
But their meetings were never very long,
No.
so I don't
Right.
think it'll affect us too much, but.
And I see the dam committee's meeting down by the dam. That must be a challenge to thought
Are
I
they?
saw
I
that
didn't even
post,
see
I
that.
saw it posted at the Silver Lake Post Office,
Okay,
and I thought I
yeah,
said they
Joe
were
just
meeting.
sent me an email about it, maybe that's what it was. Cause I asked him, when is your next meeting? It hadn't been posted.
And who's the chair of that? Just curious.
I don't know.
I just wondered.
I've been communicating with Joe Dame on it, but I don't believe he's the chair. I think he's just the selectman's rep.
Yeah, I would suspect so.
All right, well, thinking about, putting in budget numbers next week. It certainly seems like wages is gonna have to go up given all these meetings. We'll have to talk later about wage increases, but,
Yeah, and then Theo's last day will be probably just the end of this month at some point. So,
And then you'll be going to full videographer. You know, you won't have the reduced
right.
wage
yeah, has he,
for what he covers.
has he gotten to working independently?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, good,
Mhm.
good,
Mhm.
okay.
yeah, it's very, very
Yeah,
nice.
okay.
He didn't have any suggestion for somebody else, or, you know.
No,
from
I
Kennett.
asked him. He
Mhm.
didn't.
Yeah.
Harrison, the minister's son, I've seen posts of him looking for work. I don't know if
Oh.
he's I don't think he's 16 yet,
Mm.
but he's somebody we might,
Yeah.
check with.
Cultivate.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see him often. I can't remember, it was on the Madison Boulder or somewhere that.
Right.
But, so, Asia, do you want to make any suggestions of where we go with these budget numbers from this year? Or do you want to just do a percentage increase?
Yeah, I mean, I guess based off of, our increase here, we should, we're gonna have to increase the wages line. But even for myself, it's been tricky to do some of the administrative tasks because we were so close to, we were over budget. We were over budget in that line, so there's another reason to just increase that line.
Yeah, because we want you to do what needs to be done and,
Yeah.
not be cutting yourself financially because you feel like you shouldn't work.
It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky to say, well, I guess I'm not going to work this week because we're over
That's not
budget.
fair. That's not fair.
But there's actually two reasons for increasing that line. Number one is the increased workload.
Yeah.
And number two is you're looking at a cost of living increase, potentially.
Yeah.
So there's two reasons that line
Yeah.
needs to go
Yeah.
up, if I'm not,
No, that's true.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
I will say the select board is going to be enacting a wage schedule, and I was asked by the town administrator if we would like to adopt that wage schedule or if we would like to stay independent of there. But I don't know, I asked for like a draft of it to
Yeah.
see what
Yeah.
we would be
Yeah.
adopting, but I didn't receive anything
We would have
yet,
to see a
so-
draft.
Yeah, we'd have to
Yeah.
review
Yeah.
it
Absolutely.
and to know.
Yeah.
But it's good to know, something to think about
Okay.
if we want
Yeah.
to consider. Another thing our town administrator suggested is that we have an IT line and a training line in our budgets. Training meaning like professional development.
Which we've done a little of it. You and
Yeah.
Lauren went to
Yeah.
a
Which goes
workshop.
through our wages line. I mean, what would be the difference?
I think just to see how much is spent each year
Oh,
on,
Okay,
Okay.
on training
Okay.
hours?
yeah.
And what was the first one?
IT.
Oh, IT,
and-
okay.
Which is, we do our own IT basically.
Right, of
Well,
course.
and usually we take that out of contractors.
Right, and if we need extra, we take
Mhm.
out of contractors, right?
Yeah.
If we need, if we need third party, like if we have to subcontract it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like the IT line we're covering through contractors. But
I'm just noticing this line, iNet streaming, I actually don't know what that is.
yeah, I didn't know what that was either.
It's not something we added,
No,
and there's no
there's-
budget, right?
Yeah, there's
No.
no budget
Zero
and-
budget.
and no
Yeah.
expense.
iNet streaming, internet streaming. We do pay cable. So,
yeah, but that's got its own line,
But-
so.
but, I mean, we're just going over the internet for streaming.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I wonder if it
Mhm.
jumped over from under a different department.
It might have,
I
yeah,
can ask
okay,
about that.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm just
check
trying
on
to-
that. Well, let's look line by line. Cable, or do we need to talk about Channel 3 before we talk about,
Well, that's different.
okay,
Cable is just, I think, yes, it
It's
is
our-
Spectrum, but it doesn't have anything to do with the contract.
It's the
just,
Mad TV portion of,
Yeah,
of
it's just-
the access,
okay.
the internet
Yeah.
access.
So, at this point, we're, we've spent less than half when we're 7.5 months
Yeah,
through
we're
the year.
okay.
Do we leave that at 600?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless they increase their prices.
Okay.
yeah, that's just who
We
knows
don't
what they're gonna do. They just increased their prices last year, I remember, because we had to raise this line a little bit. I don't know if they're gonna increase it every year or not. It's hard to know.
And contractors, I mean, we haven't used any, so
Right.
do we
Well,
leave it there, or?
if that's
Well,
IT, and you provide that IT,
Mhm.
you do, and probably Lauren,
Mhm.
provide some of those services, you could, I mean, it's not a contract, but maybe some of the wage comes out
Gets
of that.
charged there. Yeah.
Do you think you'd
Yeah.
have, I think we planned that because Dave was subcontracting that
Right.
service for
He
Madison
was,
TV.
yeah,
And now he's not having to do that, so you
Right.
provide that service.
right.
If you ran into a sudden, I mean, you and Lauren and, who's the other person?
Evan.
Evan, yeah. If the three of you, if you had a sudden crash
Yeah,
of the PC,
yeah.
would you have to take it to computer port or somewhere, or, would you have to take it somewhere to have it investigated, or could that be between the three of you? You figure out what it is, and
Yeah.
if it's totally gone, if it's,
Right.
if the hard drive is gone, you gotta replace the hard drive, or you replace the tower, or,
But yeah,
Yeah.
anything that we might give to a contractor if you couldn't do it in-house. So either we put more into the wages, and that's one of the reasons, or
Mm.
you ask that your, wages when submitted get split between those lines.
If we had someone install a mini split though, would that come out of the contractor's line, or?
no,
No.
I don't think so.
So-
And that's not its intention. Its
Okay.
intention was to support the equipment.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it would come out of however we fund
okay,
the mini split,
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's not part of the mission of Madison TV.
Okay.
Okay, in
yeah.
terms of you're supporting servers and PCs. and
Right, right,
network, you got those three things.
yeah.
So any preference on whether we leave it separate and that becomes,
Well, we left it in there because, if there was a crash
right,
and we
right.
needed a third party, then we would have it there.
Right, but if we're.
Maybe you could back off maybe you could back it to 750 or something for.
Right.
Because we've managed to maintain,
So much ourselves.
yeah, you've
Right.
got software upgrades, you've got different things going on.
Mhm.
The software we use, interaction with Windows and all of those things. I mean, something's gonna come along and,
Right, and I'm
Yeah.
not suggesting we cut it,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how do we
yeah,
put it in the budget to
Right,
pay Lauren or Evan or
Sure.
Asia
Yeah.
to do some
I
of
mean, if
that.
they're capable of doing that, if they're capable of diagnosing and going out and purchasing the equipment that's needed and replacing it and installing it and bringing it up to speed, then you won't need the contractor, but it's gonna come out of wages, so.
Right.
You know,
No, I agree with leaving something in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would leave
Yeah.
something in
Reducing,
there.
yeah.
Especially if somebody's not available and you just don't have a choice.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not questioning that we
Yeah.
have the money for it, just
Right.
trying to get some numbers down here, looking
Yeah.
at the clock. And, so if we cut that to 800,
Yeah, we could do that.
all right,
and
I'm
just
working
see.
in pencil
Yeah.
now, so.
Yeah,
See, the equipment is still at 5. I would say we leave that till we know what
Yeah.
we're gonna do mini split
Mhm.
wise, and, you know, cause it might be more than that, and then maybe we go to the fund that, whose name I can never remember, the
Expendable trust fund?
Expendable trust, thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if it's
Yeah.
more than that, if we
Yeah.
have.
Do we have that amount of money in this expendable trust?
Well,
Yes, we do.
we still have somewhere around,
43.
is it
Oh,
down to
so we
40?
have-
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
Okay.
yeah,
So we have a backup.
yeah, yeah.
But if Doug were here, we'd say, well, we ought to go to the town.
I know, and that's why we did increase it, because Doug
Yeah,
Yeah,
felt that we do have very expensive equipment and needs
Right.
replacing.
yeah.
yeah. Online subscriptions, is that an ongoing expense, are those
Online
monthly expenses, or?
subscriptions.
Yeah, those are, like, our antivirus and our,
Corral.
And are they
Corral.
things we pay once a year, or are they
Once a
monthly
year.
charges?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you know where we are, and
We
if
this-
more things get renewed
this
this
should
year?
be accurate, cause I think there's only one more renewal, and it's Norton, and I think it's $195, so
Okay,
it should be right on.
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
And I'd leave it at 700.
Okay.
Because we don't know,
Yeah.
you know, what else
Yeah.
is gonna
All
come.
right.
Or, yeah, maybe
Okay.
it's,
and PEG
Well,
online,
that's Telview.
that's the
their,
Telview one.
their annual for being able to broadcast.
so is that a bill
Oh,
that's
it's
gonna
the-
come
it-
in?
It's being able to look at it on your programming on the internet.
Okay,
It's on a server, and so we get charged for that. It's 2,700. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and is that a
and it
big,
should have come out,
I think it's already been billed.
yeah.
I think it's already, yep, 2819.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yep. So I would leave it at the 3,
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
likely to
Alright.
go up,
okay,
assuming we stay.
yeah, all right.
Supplies,
and-
you don't have
Well,
anything
the
in
next one
supplies?
is, no, the next one is phone, which has nothing.
Oh, phone, oh,
And I don't think phone is usually in our line, so that seemed
Okay.
like it was another one that
Another
sort of got
questionable?
added, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
We do have a phone at the office,
right,
but I.
which is important because sometimes the cells don't
Oh,
work.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
We have to have it, but we share it with the building.
right,
It's just an extension.
right,
It's a
not even
landline?
an yeah, it's a landline,
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
and it's the same number as the maintenance building.
yeah,
So,
okay,
all right, so we would leave that 0 for now, because we don't know
yeah.
whether we're
Yeah.
paying anything.
Supplies, are you holding back
Supplies,
on
211.
supplies,
211.
Asia?
yeah, I actually need to order some supplies, it's just been a little bit of a mess, because there was no bookkeeper, but now there is, and then they were trying to get all the town credit cards
Uh-huh.
in shape,
Oh.
and like an order I was going to put in, I could get reimbursed, but I didn't wanna take such a huge chunk out of my own
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
money and
yeah,
wait for
sure.
yeah.
reimbursement, so.
Yeah.
I'll still be ordering more
Something.
supplies through the
Okay.
year, yeah.
So you think
Okay.
1,000 is still good?
I think so.
Okay, all right.
Um,
And then
So then it's
wages.
wages. So the question is how much to increase, so we've got 700 that we took out of contractors.
Mhm.
Um,
And where are we this year on wages specifically?
We've spent 60%.
60, okay,
60%.
As of
60%.
mid-August.
So we're
Yeah.
probably on target at the
Right.
moment.
At the moment.
but
But-
Asia's
Also,
been holding
right,
back.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Asia's holding back,
So
which,
if we went 120, let's say we went 110%, so 10% would be adding 4,000.
Yeah.
But does that, well, we have to cost of living and increased meetings and hours, increased,
Yeah, numbers of
meeting
meetings.
groups,
Exactly.
Yeah,
boards,
number of
commissions,
groups meeting,
and,
yeah,
this one,
and
this
task
one,
forces.
yeah.
we should not
Yeah.
cut ourselves short in that line item,
No.
in my
No.
opinion.
Yeah,
Should we
Because
take it
that's-
to, 50,000?
maybe 48,
Okay,
that would give us 6.
Where are we right now?
42 is
42.
budgeted.
42
We're
is
at
budgeted.
and with the 700 we moved down, so we're
Mhm.
basically at 43 now, so if we add
43.
5,000 to that.
Are you comfortable with that, if we add
Or-
5,000, Asia?
think so.
Does that cover you? I hate to
Wait,
see you
that's-
cut back on work that you know needs to be
Yeah,
done.
right.
That's the thing that worries me when you said
Yeah.
you're not working as much,
Mhm.
because we're over budgeted on
I
that
know.
line.
Right.
But if there's things that you have to do, or you should do, on
Right,
behalf of PEG TV,
yeah,
And for your own, you count on this being a job where you're
Can-
earning money.
Right.
Can I just mention though
Yeah.
that we're being asked to add a training line and an IT line. So with training, what would you think you'd put in for training? 1,000?
yeah, if that. I mean,
Well, if you got a new student videographer, or if one of our videographers, needed
Yeah,
to take
that's true.
a
Yeah.
time off and we needed to substitute, we might have to train somebody. I mean,
Right.
we don't know. All you can do is speculate.
yeah,
And,
Yeah.
and if you wanted to go to a training again and,
Right.
look at the wages for travel and meeting time and
Yeah.
Yeah.
put it into that instead.
Right, so I'd put
yeah, I think
1,000.
1,000's good.
1,000
1,000,
into
okay.
there, and then you've got IT, she wanted IT, so where does that fit? Is that some of that time that we're looking at in wages?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like a,
so if we put some in the IT line
Mhm.
and don't put as high a number in the
The
wage
wages.
line,
Mhm.
it still gets where we want to go.
Well, that's what I'm
Right.
trying to get
Right.
at,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
So-
it satisfies what we're being asked
Yeah.
to
And
add.
it really further defines where the money's going by showing an IT line
Mhm.
and showing a training line.
yeah,
So maybe 2,000 in the IT? I mean, I'm thinking of, you've got Windows upgrades, you've got
yeah,
Corel upgrades,
Yeah.
interacting with TelView,
right,
on technical things. If there's a problem with TelView, you've got to be on the phone with them, and
But also
Other
means
things.
that Asia needs to
Yeah.
track that.
I
and
know.
record
Oh, and
it.
I do. I
Yeah.
would
No,
just
I
have
know,
to,
but I mean, it's additional work that she has to differentiate now.
she
That I
has
would
to instruct
differentiate, yeah.
She has to instruct the videographers if they're doing that kind of work too.
Yeah.
Right,
If,
right. It
if
just,
Evan or
yeah, I would say roughly I'm probably, doing IT work like $1,000 a month, or, I mean, not a month, a year.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I would think 2,000 would be
Yeah,
all right.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
okay.
So there's 3. So maybe we up this to 46, the 42 to 46,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and then we've got
Yeah,
that,
right,
and
yeah.
that, I mean, that
Yeah.
takes us to the,
right. Yeah, I agree. It further defines
yeah,
where the money's going.
right.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
So you're gonna go from 42 to 46 on just
Oh,
wages,
46.
Wages,
Yeah.
right?
but pulling,
46.
yeah,
Right.
pulling out
Only
3,000
out
for
3,000 total
Mhm.
other stuff.
for,
Mhm.
yeah, specific work.
All right, let me add this up.
So is that the last one,
11,
Marie? Or is there one more?
maybe 57,100 versus 53,800. Is that I'm missing something?
Well, I was gonna add from the top.
That looks like a pretty significant increase.
Well, we increased wages. I mean.
Right,
you know,
right, I'm just looking at,
Yeah,
so what was last year's? I'm sorry,
53,800.
50, I'm sorry,
53,800,
okay,
53,800.
and the
Well,
new,
no, I added this up by hand, and let me just
Okay.
check my number, please. So, 10, 11, and 46 is 57, so I've got 57,100, which doesn't sound like enough based on what we added in.
And we took out.
Am I missing
Well, we-
something? I'm missing something.
Somehow I got 59.
59,
but
okay.
I don't know.
6.
you want me to add it up on that?
Oh, maybe I didn't add that in.
Want me to add it up on here? If you give me the numbers, I'll add it up.
All right, check me, okay, I've got cable 600, contractors 800, equipment 5,000,
Oh, yeah, okay,
online subscription 700, PEG online services 3,000, supplies 1,000, wages 46,000, training 1,000, IT 2,000. What do you come up
well, you went a little too fast there.
with? Sorry,
Okay, I got the wages of 46,000.
okay, training 1,000, and IT 2,000.
Okay, but the line before 46,000 was 1,000?
1,000.
All right, just gotta
Mm-hmm.
correct that.
Mm-hmm.
60,100.
60.
Oh.
And we can double check that, but
Okay.
you said 60 and that you're right, 60,100 is what I got.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why mine didn't come up
Well,
that way.
I went
Or
pretty
maybe I just
fast.
didn't ask. I see what I didn't add. Okay.
So we're exactly 3,000 off from your prior number.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a training in IT that I
Okay.
missed. Yep.
All right.
60,100.
And so we take that minus 53,800.
Mhm. Yeah.
Divided by 53,800 equal 12%. Roughly 12% increase.
Well, if you look at the service that is provided,
Oh,
you know,
I'm not
and
arguing.
you just take an employee for the town
Yeah.
and their medical and all those things,
Mm-hmm.
this is less than that. The total budget is less than one
One
full-time equivalent.
full-time employee of the town
Yeah.
of Madison,
Yeah,
or one teacher.
or one teacher.
Yeah.
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 And it's a
Counting all the
service,
benefits.
and it's a service that has to accommodate all
Yeah.
kinds of time frames and.
Right. Oh, we just got to
Yeah,
stand ready
and technology.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, roughly 12%. 11.7 to be exact.
But if we look at the increases in meetings and task force additions and things of that sort,
Mhm.
the hours have to be they're justifiable.
Just curious, speaking of hours,
Yeah.
roughly, you may have this roughly in your head, how many hours total per year do
It's in the
your
annual.
people spend recording minutes?
It's-
Not
it's in
training,
the-
just recording meetings.
No, but it's in the
I think
annual.
it's in the annual.
Yeah.
We put
Yeah.
the stats in the annual report.
Yeah.
And I think that would be very telling if we were to compare the last 3 years of
Which
the
we
amount
have.
of hours
Yeah.
Yep.
and say, and we all know we've had a
Mhm.
significant increase
Yeah,
recently.
And yeah,
and
training
VDOE
and prep and stuff.
and
should
VDOE
be
is
something.
weekly, and you know
Yeah.
they don't contribute.
So here's total meeting hours from 2003. It was 215 hours,
Mhm.
and in 2025 it was 308.
Yeah.
So that jumped.
Oh,
So
So
you
you-
so
yeah.
that jumps, but also what jumps is the number of times people have to come
And the
out.
total
so
of
other
hours
expenses
worked,
jump.
including
Mhm.
scheduling. But this is just meeting hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just meeting
Yeah.
hours.
I mean, just rough numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking 20-something% increase
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 just
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
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 hours.
Hours.
Hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
20% increase hours
Over 20%. I mean,
over
I
greater
just,
than 20%.
it's greater than
and we got
20% increase.
12%.
and we're asking for a 12%
Yeah.
increase
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
budget line.
Yeah.
That's a very understandable and justifiable
Yeah.
position,
Absolutely.
in my mind.
Mine too.
Yeah, it's interesting.
comfortable.
Total meetings and events
Mm-hmm.
went from 190 in 23
Mhm.
to 191 in 25. It was lower in 24. So, number of-
That's interesting. What went down?
Yeah.
Well, something had to have gone, something had to,
support.
have
Meetings
gone down.
covered
I don't
per
know.
month.
I know. I mean, we have logs of everything. So
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
wait a
I
minute.
could
So
go
we
back
keep
and
those
actually
logs,
yeah.
figure it
Or new-
out, but
No.
No, this isn't added up right. Look at this.
yeah.
If you look at it real quick,
Mhm.
something's not right.
Yeah, 79 plus.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's totaling actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, maybe number of, oh, there's the 191, so there's the total number of meetings held, was from over here. And so it might be accurate, but they must have been much shorter meetings if there were 190.
but
Well,
I
it's
thought
just,
I thought we had an
showing up. That's just
Yeah.
showing up to 191
Yeah.
events and meetings.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
You see where we are?
Yeah.
I thought we had
Number
a
of meetings.
significant increase in the number of
Yeah,
meetings
so I don't know what
that
that,
we filmed.
I thought we did
I may be
too.
wrong.
Because the CIC is new,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
one-
know that it's worth going back
Mm.
trying to figure that out now, it's now, you know, unless you have those numbers. I don't
I
know if
do.
we put
Well, on logs,
yeah, on
on tedious logs.
to go back and count
can
them
tell
all,
you.
but I
Tedious
could.
logs.
Yeah.
And I want to say one year, it might have been the one you have in your hand. There was an error in our table, and I was like, because I was like,
Mm.
what? How did this number?
So this is this 2023 report, and we
Mhm.
didn't have that column of meetings filmed
Mm.
at that point, so we can't look at it right here.
Mm.
But that year, reported number of meetings and events videotaped increased 12% from 2022 to
Mhm.
2023, so
Yeah, it
it's
increases.
been going on for a long time. All
So
right.
you have something to submit.
Yes.
You're
Thank
good?
you. Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Do we need to make a
I think
motion
that's
that we
great.
approve, that we're approving, what
So
Asia will
we
be
have-
submitting for the budget?
it was 600 for cable, 800 for contractors.
Yep.
5,000 for equipment,
Mm-hmm.
3,000 for.
700 for,
Oh, that's 700 for the subscriptions.
yeah,
300 for the online services from
3,000.
3,000, sorry. 1,000 in supplies,
Mhm.
46,000 in wages,
Uh-huh.
1,000 training,
Yep,
and 2,000 for IT,
Right.
yep.
for a total of 60,100. Okay,
So you're
I think it's a way to start. You know,
It's
it's
a
only
start.
August, so it's a start.
No, this is a draft, so what
Yeah,
we're
it's a
approving
draft,
is a
yes.
draft. This is
Yeah.
not our final
No.
number that's gonna go in the
No.
annual report.
Yeah.
But
This
it's
is
a draft to submit to the budget committee.
right,
Committee.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, it's actually being submitted to the select board.
Okay.
Right, it's
Yeah,
like,
okay,
but it
fine.
basically, it's,
Yeah.
But it will go to the budget.
it's a work,
Yeah.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a final
that's right,
number.
that's right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
okay.
Okay,
All right, so who will make a motion to submit a budget of a
Or
draft
to have me
Draft.
submit.
to,
Yeah, I think we need to put the word draft in there.
yeah,
Yes.
That's what it
draft,
is.
okay,
Ron's making the motion,
and,
and I'll second.
Okay.
I mean, we're submitting it, you're doing it on, but it's this board is,
The board
So,
is
so
submitting
I
it.
move that we submit
Yeah,
a draft budget of $60,100 to the selectmen and the budget committee for their review.
yeah,
to, can I say Board of Selectmen?
yeah,
'Cause
BOS.
That's who
Yeah.
Asia's been
Right,
asked to give it
okay.
to.
yeah.
And that'll get to the ABC through them.
So they haven't submitted like a form to you to say, fill this form out or anything, you're just gonna have to submit it as a spreadsheet?
I do have a form,
Oh, you do, all right,
but I want to say it's just sort of like this. It's just a
Mhm.
spreadsheet
yeah, okay,
to fill out.
All right, but you have something
Yes,
that they're
I have
looking for,
something
a
too.
format they're looking
Yes,
for. All right.
yes.
Nice.
ABC, what's the A stand for?
Advisory
Advisory
Budget
Advisory,
Committee.
yeah.
okay.
Advisory
Yeah.
Budget Committee, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I've asked that question before. So, Ron made a motion to submit a draft budget of $60,100 to the Board of Selectmen for ABC review.
Correct.
Is that good?
And I second.
Yeah.
Noreen, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So 3, 10, that passes. Okay, good.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Helpful to just go through it.
Yeah, good,
Sure.
good. Yeah, despite the unhelpfulness of this format.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
about
We
it.
managed.
New-
We
Yeah,
managed.
yes, we did.
We did.
Channel 3.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a big discussion.
Okay, so.
Maybe a bigger discussion than I'm actually
Okay,
physically up for
okay,
today.
That's fine.
but-
So this is a question of do we
Do we,
continue to
do we
have channel?
continue to have Channel 3? Do we continue to broadcast to Channel 3?
Do we know what our viewership is on Channel 3?
No, they
No,
won't
and
give
there's
us
Any
no
that.
idea?
way to get that information from Spectrum.
Because
They
that
don't
would be
give it
a
out.
huge indicator.
Yeah.
Well, she's the,
All I have
This-
is the survey
this thing-
results, yeah.
doesn't, out of 50 people,
50 out of 2,500 residents.
I mean, we obviously have people that subscribe because we do
Yeah.
get those franchise fees.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as many that used to.
right.
And
you
if
get-
we don't have Channel 3, do we still get the franchise fees?
The town will.
The town would.
The town will get it.
Okay,
Yes,
so it's
because-
not based on having Channel 3?
Because it's based on the rent,
It's
it's based on the
The
subscription.
use of the
And the
lines.
use of the lines.
Right, okay, okay, so,
They divert it to Madison TV,
right, okay, but
so,
we're not, yeah, that answers my question.
yeah.
All right, so let's put that
Yeah,
off.
let's put that
Okay,
off.
okay.
Okay.
Just a couple things to think about is if
Okay.
we could more easily move our office if we weren't broadcasting to Channel 3. We're a little bit, I don't know, stuck where we are
Okay.
because of the.
Does that take up
line.
space? Does that equipment take up space?
It does.
Quite a bit of space.
Well, I'm sorry, Noreen, what were you gonna say?
That's all right, he asked a question, he can go first.
No, I mean, you know, cause I've been thinking, well, why couldn't we just have a server room for that equipment?
Mhm.
It doesn't take up that much space, but it would still need to be temperature controlled.
Okay.
Like server rooms are.
Yeah.
Right.
But I also think maybe we do need to work directly from it, so maybe it couldn't just be a server.
That was gonna be my question, because if we talk to the Capital Improvement Committee and we talk about, office space, they're gonna wanna know, well, how much office space do we need?
Yeah,
So is that something that you could speculate
yeah,
on on 2 scenarios? Scenario 1, scenario 2. Scenario
Yeah.
1 is, given, that we remain with Telview, and scenario 2 is that we decide to abandon or suspend Channel 3.
right. Yeah, yeah, let me work on those things.
Couple of questions. I know we want to defer it, but just overview. Do we have the right or the authority, I'm not sure which word to use, to temporarily disconnect or stop using Channel 3 and to see what feedback we would get if we were to stop using it for a period of time? And if no one complains, then a pretty good indicator that it's not needed. People have other sources.
That's an idea, we could.
I mean, do we have that,
We could
do we have that
just
authority
Just turn it off.
put, we just.
to turn it off?
Well, we could just put a notice on it.
Yeah,
Say,
put a notice on it?
Yeah, it could say, we're considering dropping this
And if you
service
have a
because
concern,
of limited amount of use. please
And-
let us know if you miss it.
And there are other platforms you can go to.
It would be pretty
to
drastic,
see the
but-
information.
But we could do it for a week
I
and just see
mean-
what kind of,
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
should we, or can we do that?
we could try it.
I'm not sure a week would be long enough to give an
Everybody.
idea.
Yeah.
and maybe in September, not
I was
the
gonna
summer.
say in the summer, I don't think
Right.
people are really.
Right,
They're not
right.
I don't think anybody
TV.
cares in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Do you wanna also ask your videographers, because they're out and about too, you know, they're hearing what people are saying. And,
Yeah,
I'd like to think about it, but
Yeah.
I think it's
Just-
an interesting thing to
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
Just to
Would be a
temporarily
real-
discontinue it.
No, that's a great question.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking that maybe we could also take a time period without doing the whole, without doing the whole thing, but do a public service announcement and, for a prime time hour,
yeah,
put that notice out for a prime time hour and saying, we understand you might typically be watching a meeting at this time, but we're considering, cost measures, and if you have feedback on this, would you please go to our website
yeah.
or something, or
Yeah.
provide the town, I don't know, I'm just saying,
Right.
rather than
Right.
go
No,
cold turkey.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
no, I agree. You'd have to
Okay.
inform the viewership,
Yeah.
who was ever watching.
Yeah.
Right,
But also too, rough numbers, if we were to long-term discontinue this,
Yeah.
is there any cost benefit to doing that?
And what's the
So-
space difference? That was my question.
So the cost difference, like wages wise, wouldn't be huge.
no.
It doesn't, I mean, Lauren's been programming now for months, and she's like, it takes her like 2 hours a week, so that's
Okay.
not that much.
no,
Okay.
We would still copy footage over, so that wouldn't change. We still have to, sort of maintain YouTube in a sense. YouTube's not always like.
Well, YouTube would be a must, in my
But you
opinion.
wouldn't
Well, I mean, there's some maintenance around YouTube because
Okay.
sometimes like the stream doesn't work, or sometimes I can't stand the way YouTube's organized. It's really hard to find meetings.
Ooh.
And I've had some feedback that they're like, this meeting isn't on YouTube anywhere, and I find it.
Yeah,
Oh.
So
it
it's-
depends on what you put in for search
Yeah.
and how you do
Yeah.
that, but
I
I've
found
not had a
the
problem.
best way is just go to the playlists and kind of scroll through
And scroll
those.
through the playlist,
If you
yeah.
type in the search bar, you almost put in too many
Yeah,
things, and then it can't
But people
find
can get used to that.
Yeah.
And go to the playlist. But you wouldn't have to render, right? I mean, you wouldn't have to do Corel, right? If you do YouTube, you would eliminate all of that
it. That's true.
processing.
Yeah, we eliminate that processing time, but
Mhm.
so we would just be copying over the footage
And just
and
storing
backing
it. And
that
just
up.
backing it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be rendering, you wouldn't have the
Right.
programming.
Right.
I mean, it does cut out.
And then the big cost would be we would no longer need Telview.
Right?
So we would
Right.
no longer need the
The 2,700 or the
2,700,
3,000, yeah.
and we would not need to be thinking about upgrading our equipment.
And also the contract that comes due, the maintenance contract that would come due.
Right.
When does that come due?
So there is a-
2028?
Yeah, it's
so there is a
a while.
budget impact,
Yeah.
a positive budget
Mhm.
impact
Yeah.
if we were to discontinue Channel 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like in the thousands. Not a big number, but it's
Yeah.
thousands.
At least 10 to 12, maybe.
10 to
I'm just,
12,000?
well, because you eliminate this 3,000 right off the bat.
Yeah,
And in 2028, I think, is when we have to pay the Telview to provide us
Multi-year contract.
24/7 support for any problems that we have with the with what we're broadcasting and all.
but the bottom line is we don't need permission from anyone
I don't think so.
to discontinue the
No,
use
we're in charge
temporarily
of
of Channel
Yeah.
We're in
3.
charge, yeah.
I think we ought to try it.
Yeah, keep
Try
looking
it.
at that.
Because if we get very little feedback, if any, and people are still able to view it via some source,
Yeah.
we're talking thousands of dollars savings a year.
Mhm.
And I think the town would, and the citizenship and the taxpayers would be happy about that.
Yeah.
It would certainly offset our increase in our budget.
Yeah. So do we want to do something now or talk about this again?
But I
Do
don't
some
wanna wait,
short-term-
when is our next meeting?
Well, that's another question is, you
Yeah.
know, when do we, I mean, one of the things we're gonna touch base on is performance review, and
Mhm.
that could be a lengthy thing. So I'm thinking maybe we meet again in the next, you know, sometime in October if we can find a date.
Mhm.
Because I'm traveling again, but, you know, not wait too long.
Not wait too long.
Yeah,
Right, I would say, no later than October.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So wait until after that, or ask Asia to begin doing some
I
limited cutting of time.
I think that would be an ideal time because budgets are spinning up. We're getting ready for the annual meeting in March, and there's a build-up to that, as you know, being on the ABC and
Yeah.
other committees. You know, there's a lot of activity between October and March,
there is.
more than the rest of the year.
Yes,
Oh,
true.
yeah, yeah.
And so I think temporarily suspending that viewership on Channel 3 would be, you get a better idea of the impact of that.
I get the point. My question is, do we ask Asia to do it now, between now and October, or do we wait and talk about it more in October?
I'd like to see us wait and do it from between October
Okay,
and December.
Okay,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
all right, good,
Alright.
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think now would be not
Yeah.
good.
Well, and I didn't mean
It's
now,
really
but
good
sometime in
discussion.
September, but,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
but
okay,
it's
so,
really good discussion.
yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right.
And just briefly, how do we
Yeah.
save space? Is it the equipment that
Yep,
we wouldn't have? Okay, so we could have a smaller
Yep,
office space
of course, I
without all
would
the.
think. We wouldn't have the servers. We'd have the sound equipment and all of that.
Yeah, we'd still have we'd still need the computers,
Yeah,
sound
sound
equipment and
equipment.
stuff, so the
But we
space
would-
wouldn't change.
But we wouldn't have to
Okay.
be in that office space with,
That's what
because
I
of the
mean,
optical fiber
right.
and all that.
That's what
As
I
long
mean.
as
Okay.
we're
We don't need
connected to
be
the network.
there.
Right,
We
Oh,
could
'cause
be
that's where our-
somewhere else,
our-
yeah.
our connection
Our
to
wired
broadcasting and
connection,
everything,
our
yeah.
physical connection is, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, out of town recordings, Donna Velu talked to a couple of you. What is she asking?
Yeah, she did talk to me about that. But then I didn't realize that we're not doing any out of town right now.
Correct.
So it could have been school board, the SAU 13 meetings if they were in Tamworth or one of the others, or in Freedom, I guess.
Well, we were gonna do the SAU
Oh, I
joint
know what she was
meeting.
asking. She felt, okay, Donna felt that there was a significant meeting of introduction to people running for office
Yeah.
in the state, and she felt that would be of interest to Madison residents. I did mention that if you video, some candidates, you had to make sure that you gave opportunity to all candidates
Right.
to be correct.
Yeah.
And I believe in our bylaws or somewhere in our policy, we don't typically record political discussions.
Well, that's what we were doing in Socorro when it was an open, a candidate night. And there was a moderator asking questions of all the candidates who chose to come to the event.
We were doing that for the town of Tamworth, right, for town candidates, correct?
No, we only
Oh.
did it with candidates that also were gonna represent Madison. I believe.
No,
Well, we had both. We
Okay.
had,
You had
we
both.
did have Tamworth
oh, okay,
You did,
Um,
okay, some
know,
were,
pay for us to come there and
okay,
film Tamworth town canvas. That was once.
okay.
And then we kind of were poo-pooed from doing that again, so we didn't do that. So, but we also have done candidates that are for the district, which
Right.
includes
Right.
Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what she's asking.
Yeah.
That's what she was asking.
Yeah.
So she's encouraging that versus discouraging.
Yes,
she wants
yes,
us to be
able to-
because of the general information
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
made available
Mhm.
to Madison residents.
Right.
Yeah, but
But
you're right,
it's
you've
not
got to strike a
in the
balance
town
there
of Madison.
Yeah.
when
the
you get in the
event is
political
not-
arena.
I think that's really, you know,
Yeah.
and us making that decision, I'm not wanting to make that decision myself.
No,
That could raise,
I feel like we got it
Yeah.
clear from the Board of Selectmen that we are not to go out of town to, you know, even when it's of interest to Madison people. And I forget what all they said the process was, but you have to hold a public hearing and set rates if you're gonna do that, and how it would affect the town, and, you know, if we set rates and said, okay, we're available to come film elsewhere, here's what's gonna cost.
right.
And made sure insurance would cover it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
then we
going to
could
like
do
a
it.
fee for service, and that, we're not a nonprofit board. I mean, we're not a 501c3.
No, we're a government
Right.
agency.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure fee for service is what we can really do.
They compared it to out-of-town kids coming into the rec program, that there had to be a system, which I
Which would
think,
be allowable, would allow it.
yeah,
'Cause-
and setting what the rate would, so you
Oh, I
don't say,
see.
okay, this kid from
Mhm.
Tamworth, you know, whose grandmother lives in town wants to come, sure, for, you know, an extra
Right.
$10 a week you can versus
see.
someone who's,
Because that child's family doesn't pay taxes in the
Right,
town of Madison.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
so that we would have to set a policy for doing that
Mhm.
and to be
Mhm.
consistent anywhere.
Right.
And it sounds to me like getting approval from the town to do it. You know, it's not just our saying we don't want to go out of town.
No, I think the process is onerous,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think
I
we could
agree.
be subject to,
Yeah.
we could be challenged
It could be very,
uh,
yeah.
for,
I like that word, onerous.
yeah.
the process is onerous, and then I think we could be challenged for making a decision to do this and not that. And I'm concerned about what the this is and what the that is, and we may not know how to get to the that. The time that it would take to investigate that would also be onerous.
Yeah.
And who
Yes.
would do that?
Yeah.
That is not our that would not be our
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Or I certainly wouldn't want to be charged with
No.
Yeah.
No.
having to make those decisions.
I would recommend we keep our existing policy about out-of-town recording
Yeah. Okay.
and avoid out-of-town
So
recordings.
do we have a SAU joint?
No,
meeting?
I think that's
I
a
think
little
it's
bit different
freedom.
animal.
but it's different.
Okay.
But it's
because-
in freedom, so.
It's in
I-
freedom, so
I
I just wanna be clear, are we saying no to anything out of town, whether it impacts Madison residents or not? Or are we saying yes to school board, but not to?
The school board and the SAU are traditional bodies. That's part of the government
Yeah.
of the town, and that's very different to me than some outside organization holding a candidates forum.
Okay, yeah.
To me, it's different.
Oh, absolutely, but
No, I think you're
still
right,
got
'cause
the
it's like a
message that
town
we should
meeting.
not go out of town. Our equipment should not leave town. We might not, our equipment and videographers might not be covered by our town insurance if they're out of town.
Okay, I
Yeah,
hear you. I
yeah.
hear you.
You know,
Okay.
I don't.
It just makes it very
Yeah,
straightforward.
Yeah.
But I also suppose some organization has the meeting in town, but it's not part of a traditional board or
Mhm,
commission or
mhm.
task force designated by the select board or school board
Yeah.
and meets in town. I think maybe, is that a divide, is that a,
To me, it would depend on if it were something where all the candidates were invited and some chose not to come, that it would be,
how do we
Public
ensure
service.
that? How
well,
do we
we talked to
ensure
the
that?
organizers.
I still think that the final decision on this topic rests with the BOS, Board of Selectmen.
Out of town certainly does,
And,
but.
yeah, and I say, if something is questionable in our minds, we simply pass it by the BOS. I just don't want us to get in a situation where we start to be criticized for doing something, as you mentioned earlier, we're doing this but not that, but they're related, why don't you do this?
I'm happy to leave it that way.
Yeah,
and
it's just-
nothing is pressing at this
When
point.
when in doubt, ask the BOS.
I don't
Okay, I'm
anticipate
for
it
that.
if it's
Yeah,
coming.
when in doubt, just ask the BOS.
We will ask,
Okay.
we will
Right.
ask the Board of Selectmen.
Because
So
we're a
that should
government
really
agency.
Go into our
I'm pretty
policy.
sure the Board of Selectmen did okay the SAU joint meeting, so at.
I was pretty sure they did too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that we're gonna film that because the Board of,
When did they approve that?
at the meeting
At a
that was
recent
at the
meeting?
gym.
Okay.
I was,
Mhm.
I
Okay.
asked about that
Okay.
one specifically
Okay,
and they
great,
said that was
great.
fine.
Nice.
Because
Yeah,
the
I-
ball is in their court. When they say
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
the ball's
Balls
in their court. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're
Um,
covered.
But,
You know, I mean,
would
let's
you,
just be certain of that. You know.
I can go back to
Okay.
the, see if it's in the
Okay.
minutes or the video, but
Alright.
I'm
okay,
Okay.
pretty confident
Great.
that I specifically asked about that
Okay.
one and they
Mhm.
said yes.
I'm in favor of doing it. I just
Okay.
want to be sure we have it.
because I
okay.
think, wouldn't the school board have asked the selectmen too? Or would the,
I don't know if
No,
they
if they
would
would
have,
have,
no,
okay,
I think
alright.
they would have just,
Okay.
they just asked us directly.
all right, sounds good, sounds good,
Okay.
Asia.
Okay.
I will contact Donna, even though I haven't talked to her directly.
Okay,
I do have an idea that may help with some of this. So if you look around, other PEG stations
Mhm.
do a volunteer independent producing training. So they actually have like a training workshop, and if you want to video your own program, you come to the workshop, you get certified that you know how to run the equipment, you know how to troubleshoot it, you know how to pack it all up safely and nicely, and then you can use that equipment.
Our
if you-
equipment?
Our equipment, if you have a event that you would like to film. And so my thought was this could be things that are at the library. Anything that was government, I would stick to staff doing so that there isn't contention or, any issues there. But if this was like at the library or, the foot of the lake or something like
Historical
that.
Society or-
Historical
yeah,
Society.
yeah.
That way we can get the community involved. We can still film some of these events. It doesn't take off staff time or in wages, and it wouldn't come out of wages. The only thing that would come out of wages is the actual training session, but we could hold, 2 a year and say, you come and you're certified and then you can use the equipment.
I am.
I would
very-
just really encourage you to look at what other PEG
No,
stations do,
we got
because
expensive
a lot
equipment.
do they do that?
a lot of them do. And I actually have a Zoom call with someone next week about something else, but they run a volunteer program, and I was going to ask her more about how it is.
I would say if we were a bigger town, that might be, but we're small. And we've already invited people to submit things.
Yeah.
So, I would say that if they want to video something on their phone and then pass it to us, or
Yeah.
on their own camera and
I
pass it to
agree.
us,
I
then they're
agree.
not taking our equipment out of the office, out of our place where we'd have to have somebody get them in, and just, to me, it seems fraught with, a coordination that would add to our time.
Yeah, the coordinating piece.
Because then we'd have to move it. I mean, we've already made that extension. We would already have to, if we decide to accept what they videoed, put it on YouTube, because you gotta think now, Channel 3, we don't know, but you gotta, get it into some kind of form that can be broadcast, right? If we go away from Channel 3, then it has to be added into YouTube.
Right.
It just seems to me that we've made the extension. If you want to go video something at the library, we already have a policy in place for what will be accepted, and it's accepted based on what you review. It requires your time to review it, determine if it's something that is applicable to Madison.
Can we process something off of a YouTube or a iPhone video?
Probably. I've never actually done it, but I think sometimes you run into, pixelation and things like that.
That's what we've
but-
invited, though.
Yeah.
It would sit in the paper.
Yeah.
mean,
Because most people
Yeah,
are
it's
using
true.
their phones.
Yeah. If we can
So-
use something they record, then I'm comfortable with saying, let's keep it at that.
As long as it's,
Yeah.
I mean, then was there an ideology that we have that we wouldn't accept, one party versus another party? Just, there's still we still have the say.
Well, it would just go through our regular, does it meet all these requirements?
Right, and we have a policy
Yeah.
for it,
Yeah.
and we've written that policy, so, okay.
Yeah, I think that would be a great initial step to see how it works. But I just don't feel comfortable, I'll be honest with you, with loaning out our expensive equipment. I know you're gonna be training them, but
But that's hours we haven't budgeted now, we haven't budgeted those hours.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
How can we test this?
Well, I was thinking it would be less hours because
We wouldn't be video.
we wouldn't be videoing these events. We
You
would
have people go to the
Are you
library
videoing them
for
now?
things.
We have been
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
past. I mean, we've been doing less and less.
Yeah, we used to do more Old Home Week,
Yeah.
and Kasha did skiing at
Yeah.
King Pine
Yeah.
and things. And certainly things at the library that I've been to, when you've had somebody there recording.
So that could be the reason why the number of events that hasn't moved, is because we've eliminated some of
A
those
few of those
extras
things,
with
yeah.
Kasha
Yeah.
not being
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, I just,
So, just thinking, can I go videotape something and, give it to you, or do, kids jumping off the dock, or
Hope
the-
went to
the-
India and.
Yeah.
If someone could tape some of the boats on the lake Saturday morning,
Yeah.
Silver Lake Singers are
Right.
gonna be singing.
Yeah,
and
that's
it'd be
the whole
ideal to
idea,
have
is to
somebody
get-
who's in a boat following us do the videotaping versus
Right.
somebody.
Right. That's the whole idea. It's just people never submit anything.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can find someone who could run some video on a
So we
phone,
could test
and then see,
Test it.
what you can do with it.
And the
I
phones
just-
are so much
How much
better now.
time
it
The
takes.
quality
they are.
of videos
Oh,
is
yeah.
so much better
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, and I'll just make a point that when we, we're kind of getting away from PEG if we are not really working with the public. If we're just doing
I see.
government and we're just doing school board, then we're really just doing the E and the G part of the PEG.
Yeah.
PEG is
Yeah.
really about public access. It's really about getting the community involved in their, local TV.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm not opposed to trading and feeling like this person is responsible and
yeah.
really has the skills. But there are those issues of letting them in, getting the equipment, letting them back in. So,
Yeah.
I'd say let's start with seeing what we can do with videos
Yeah.
and
Just
continuing to encourage that. And if people are watching and they see some stuff that is not just meetings, then maybe they'll
Yeah.
say,
Mhm.
"Oh, I've
Yeah.
got an idea for that."
Yeah.
Or we could say
Fun
to
stuff.
people who are, the friends of the library, if they have a session going on, ask that
The
they have
humanities
somebody.
won't allow us to video, I mean, they hadn't in the past, they
Okay,
won't allow us
okay.
to.
But sometimes they have somebody
Yeah,
local
When the
who's,
humanities
Yeah.
people come.
Yeah.
okay.
I guess because they're charging already or something, I
Uh-huh,
don't know.
uh-huh. Okay, so maybe to be continued, but there's a
Mhm.
starting point. If
Mhm.
either of you have any idea of something to record. I'm sorry, your kayak thing on Saturday sounds great.
I know,
it
but
conflicts with
it conflicts with the singers.
as it did
I
last
understand.
year, yeah.
As it did last year too.
Yeah, I'd love to see the singers as part of Old Home Week, the last Saturday of Old
Yeah.
Home Week,
Right.
and then it might,
Yeah.
Then it
not
wouldn't conflict, yeah.
Um, All right, student videographer, just that.
Yeah, we're just
Keep
ready
it-
to
keep it
advertise for another student
Mhm.
position if we want to do that
Yeah.
again. And yeah, I think that's it.
I think so, to
Okay.
put the
I
word out.
think Theo worked out
Great.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was good to have someone in here.
yeah, good. Station managers report, anything we haven't already covered?
Yeah, another question from the town hall is, do we want to adopt, the Madison personnel policy? They will be updating it. Again, I don't really have a draft, but, some departments have their own personnel policy, and then they use the town policy to kind of cover anything they didn't cover in there. I think historically, we've always just used the town
The
personnel.
town policy, we
Mhm.
have,
Yeah.
yes, historically, yes.
That was just
Mhm.
another
So I-
question, is if we want to do that. Do we wanna make our own? Do we wanna have two, kind of our own and theirs, or do we wanna just stick with? I mean, I think, remains to be seen what they're updating it with.
Is there anything that's not in the town policy that we need to document? Or does the town policy pretty much cover it for us?
I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
think
seen
it
the town
just kind
policy.
of gets
Honestly, I
into
don't
the
know.
nitty gritty of policy around equipment and stuff, because the town policy doesn't really cover that I know of. I mean, it does cover equipment as far as personal use and things, but that's the only part.
I know it came up with a previous employee about what to do if you're ill during a meeting that you're filming, or if you can't
Yeah.
get to somewhere on time.
Yeah.
So that's something we'd still wanna,
Right.
have our own policy on.
Yeah.
That probably isn't covered in
Yeah.
the
Why
town.
not? Why not? Yeah.
But again, can we see it?
Yeah.
Um,
So let me see if I can get a draft before we
Okay.
move forward. I think if we meet in October, that would be a good time.
Yeah,
because
if you could pass it out digitally, we could
Okay.
read it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would go through it,
Okay.
definitely.
And the same
just
as-
see if there's
see
anything
if it
that's,
covers. Yeah.
yeah.
As with their wage schedule, and, is the schedule dollar amounts, or is it percentage increases, or, what is it
Yeah,
gonna
and
be?
I'm not sure what that'll be.
What will be in
Be
there.
interesting to see
yeah.
a draft of that too.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I do have that call with, next week I'm gonna have a Zoom call with the station manager at the Greenfield, Massachusetts Community TV. She presented it's called Unlocking New Revenue Opportunities for PEG Stations, Grants and Development. And she presented this at the Alliance for Community Media annual meeting last year, but we didn't go to that, so I just asked her if she could share anything, and she said, well, why don't I just give you a call, because but I just know that as our franchise fees are kind of
Yeah.
lessening there, we might want to think about different opportunities of fundraising. So
Okay.
should be a good
And,
call.
and that's where filming, elsewhere might be a income source.
Right.
We're a long ways
Right,
from there, but,
right.
it's just, maybe.
I think that's all I have. I think we covered a lot elsewhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I-
Yeah, I'm running out of bandwidth.
Yeah, okay.
I agree.
All right, let's think about,
Next
um,
meeting.
yeah, and Let me see if I can cover this without going into executive, or not executive, but non-public. I mentioned last time the idea of doing an evaluation of Asia, which to me would only be a positive thing. I printed out a couple of different, trying to find stuff free online. You gotta start putting in your personal information, and then I just don't wanna be getting lots of,
Okay.
more emails than I'm already getting. But a couple of ideas of, one is a self-evaluation, which is questions for, a person, and the other is just a list of, what characteristics are we gonna look at? Do we wanna come back to this at another meeting and talk more about how we proceed, and if anybody else has any interest in looking for possible tools to use? I mean, I'm thinking we just, this
So-
gives us a list of kind of areas to ask questions about, and
Okay.
Mhm.
and it's a fairly informal thing, but just as a way to support you and give you a chance for feedback, and
Yeah.
and encourage you to maybe do the same with videographers, just annually or
Yeah.
whatever we decide. So we'll look at this in the future, or at the next meeting, but we don't need to talk in
And
non-public
then
today.
just talk about the process, and then develop the process.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we fill it in and then maybe give it to you, or
Do we
consolidate
do
it
it as
in
a
a
team,
non,
or do we each?
consolidate it in a
Yeah,
non-public, or
yeah,
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
I like that,
All right, good.
I like that.
All right, so
You all right with that?
let's,
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
and hopefully we'll have Doug back. Just have to see how things go for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we just setting
Next
a
meeting,
date?
yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, do you mind if I am excused?
I don't mind at all if you don't mind us trying to set. Do you have any,
I don't really have anything going on.
okay, do you have any parameters though about, your daughter's schedule, or,
No.
your, okay.
Not
okay,
really.
Okay. Is she kindergarten this fall?
Yeah, she'll be in kindergarten.
Okay, so,
Is that morning?
It's all day.
All
yeah.
day?
Yeah.
Wow, it's long for a
Yeah.
little one.
Yeah, I'm just concerned because
Mhm.
she's at the school now and they
Okay.
release at noon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
You need
there's
to go.
no service
You need to
here,
go.
and so
You need to go.
Right, yeah,
Yes,
go.
go.
I was
So-
trying to get her grandma to pick her up, but I don't know if I ever connected because
okay.
there's no
Yeah,
service.
yeah,
Sorry.
okay,
Thank you.
No worries, no
yes,
worries.
yes.
Hope your headache's better.
Yeah, thank you.
So if we do it Thursday morning, the date I'm looking at is October 15th.
That's that sounds fine to
I'm
me.
home for a
I
week.
can't.
No, anytime that week?
Okay, thank you.
That week, yes, I could do the 13th.
Okay,
I could do the afternoon of the 15th. I could do the 16th.
all right, I hope to be on the road again on the 16th.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask you,
How
are you
about
gonna
the
be here?
13th?
You could be here the following week?
No.
No, you
No.
won't, okay.
How
So
about the 13th?
the 13th, I'd rather do the afternoon. No, I'm away until the 9th, but that's okay in terms of prep time. I might ask someone else to post the meeting notices. So the 13th, 11 o'clock
11?
on
Yeah.
the
Do
13th.
it 11.
Okay.
Are you bringing lunch?
11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got something else 9 to 10 in Tamworth.
Uh,
Okay, yeah.
I might have a boatload of company that extended weekend from out of state.
So is it better
I got
to
a
go?
boatload too, but they leave Monday morning, so,
Well,
or Monday.
I don't, some of them leave Monday, some of them don't.
The 14th, I'm booked all day. Is the
Okay.
15th?
And you're
and the
gone the following week or weeks?
well, I'm going to be gone from the 16th, probably back on the 27th.
Mm.
So then it puts us to
That's-
the end
that's
of the,
to the
and
end
then,
of the
and then
month, then.
I've got,
Mm.
major dental work on the 28th. But we could do the afternoon of the 15th, if that's better, if your company's gone by then. So Thursday,
The 15th would be better for me.
okay. So
So we were changing it to the afternoon?
it's 1 o'clock, yeah, cause you
Yeah.
said you're not available in the morning, so 1
No.
o'clock on,
I have a dentist in the morning, that's
oh,
why.
okay,
And they're
okay.
hard to change.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. So 1 o'clock on the 15th.
1 PM, 10:15, okay.
Just
All right.
curious, who do you folks use for dentists? You both talking about dental work.
Eastern Slope, I go to
Eastern
Eastern
Slope.
Slope.
You both like him?
Malandi.
Malandi is.
He's funny.
I'm